Hey guys, today I wanted to pull some information from a few different interviews and see why Gearbox is hiding Borderlands 3's new golden chest and how it might be different from the golden chest in Borderlands 2. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at HayderHype and let's get right into it. Going all the way back to the first gameplay reveal, Gearbox made a point to ignore the golden chest and save the information for a later date. When Randy Pitchford was narrating the walkthrough, this is what he had to say.
Around Sanctuary, and why don't we stop first? Let's head over to Marcus. Just keep going, ignore that golden chest.
Then it didn't seem too important that he kind of glossed over the golden chest, because he did want to show the bigger details about the game, which is understandable, but this happened again over at E3 in an interview with GameSlice. Paul Sage and Randy Varnell had this to say when asked about shift codes at the event, so let's take a listen.
Shift codes were a big thing, obviously. What can you tell us about how that's going to expand for BL3?
Yeah, we're definitely starting with where we left off. I mean, we already teased a little bit at the reveal event that there's a golden key chest on Sanctuary, which is the ship that's our hub of the game. So you're going to have some of that again. And further, Paul, right?
Yeah, there's going to be more to that later on. I mean, I don't want to get into the details. That may be a little pedantic, but yeah, so a little bit of a teaser for later. There'll be more even to the golden chest.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be the great hunt for the golden chest, I guess, right?
This is when we got first confirmation that they did expand the golden chest and that there will be more to the chest than there was in Borderlands 2, but neither of them want to elaborate really what that means or what players should expect. Which raises some interesting questions on what we should expect from this chest and what could they actually do to make it new and feel fresh. And then the only real expanded detail we got was during an interview with IGN when this was said.
All right, so, okay, this chest is really large, extravagant, glowing chest with a crazy-looking gun in it. Can you tell us anything about this?
I can. That is the golden key chest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. It looks great. So,
we saw that on Sanctuary 3 actually earlier this year.
So now this chest, I don't think in Borderlands 2, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you could get legendaries out of that golden key chest.
Oh, yeah.
You could get legendaries in there.
Or you couldn't? You couldn't.
Okay,
No,
because
you
I was
could
saying,
not.
I played it.
Other high-end, but not legendaries.
Right. So this is one of those things where I can assure you that you can get legendaries out of our golden key chest.
Awesome. Still going to be one key consumable per chest, I assume?
That's right. Yes.
Cool, let's keep it going.
In this, Gearbox does confirm that the golden chest will now drop legendaries and that it will still only cost one key to open. And we can also see from the clip, which is just from the trailer, that the chest itself does look like it can hold more gear than before. And I think it would be interesting if they gave the golden chest its own legendary loot pool. This way players just can't RNG luck of the draw, get some of the best weapons in the game from the chest. If they have enough golden keys, players just shouldn't be able to farm it over and over and get gear that way instead of actually fighting bosses or playing the game. And if they didn't give this chest its own loot pool, it could be a way to make players take advantage of the shift system in-game to link their account and actually use golden keys to get the keys and unlock this golden chest to find a few potentially golden chest exclusive legendaries that can't be found anywhere else. I think a lot of people glossed over using the golden chest for that exact reason. The gear never really felt super worth it, not a lot of creators really push the golden chest, and there is a dedicated part of the community that does it all the time, but it never really reached the masses of the whole game. And I think adding legendaries and promoting it differently and adding new features is definitely a way to get players to make this shift account, actively watch for golden keys, and then use them in-game to hunt for this specific gear. So as I said, I think having golden chest exclusive legendaries that can't be found anywhere else could be a really good way for Gearbox to utilize this system. This is all speculation, but I could see Gearbox doing this now since they do have a dedicated weapons team, and it would be potentially pretty easy for them to create a few just legendaries to set aside and not give to any specific boss. One more possibility I will mention is the gear could be tied to the effervescent rarity. I made a video where the developers of Borderlands 3 did tease that the rarity might be returning in Borderlands 3 but under a different name. And one of the ways in that video I speculated they could bring the rarity back was through the golden chest. It would reward players with a legendary potentially already in game but has the rainbow card and effect. That way finding the legendary isn't enough. If there were those hardcore farming players, they could also hunt for the rainbow version through the golden chest. It gives the golden chest something that doesn't necessarily break the game. It's not pay to win, it's not winning anything like that, it's just for a cosmetic effect. I did though speculate this rainbow rarity could return a few different ways in that video as well, so be sure to check that out if you guys are interested. And with a lot of the news we've been covering lately, we are just piecing together the smallest pieces of information and trying to make sense of it. Obviously, more information is always coming out about the game, and Gearbox seems really excited to talk about the golden chest and the new features they added, and I can't wait for them to actually explain what this means and to see if any of my predictions were right. But that's where I'm going to end this video. Make sure to like and share, subscribe for all things Borderlands, and I will see you guys in the next one.